All right, next up is Evil Geniuses. I think they got second, definitely, in the offseason race. I think they did really well. Players out include Svenskeren, Jizuke, and Ignar. Jizuke is the only one actually out of the organization, though. Svenskeren and Ignar are still both on the roster, technically. I don't believe they're going to get any playing time, though. So I guess EG's holding on to them for potential transfer interest, hoping to get a bit of money out of them, possibly halfway through the season. Players in include Inspired, Jojo Pune, and Vulcan. Really good additions, I think, for EG. I think they were really close last year to making Worlds, and I think they just need a bit of a bump, and I think, honestly, these additions could do it. On to the key questions. Number one, how good is Jojo Pune? This is a academy prospect. He's incredibly young. He's a very raw talent, but he's one of the most hyped. The kid's mechanical skill is ridiculous. It's actually out of this world. His biggest problem is in lane phase, though. He tends to be over-aggressive. His enemy junglers tend to take advantage of it. And when you look at that, and especially at the LCS level, right, if they're taking advantage of him in Academy for it, imagine what they're going to do to him in LCS. Personally, I think he'll improve to a point where, EG will be competitive. He'll be a top probably 3 or 4 mid laner in the LCS. If not, this team is disaster, and they'll have to go out and get another mid laner, possibly Jensen, which they were looking at in the offseason previous. Number 2, has Danny's lane phase improved? Now, part of this might be able to be blamed on Ignar, though personally, I don't believe that. I think Ignar is a really good support. The question is, will Vulcan significantly influence this? Will Vulcan improve his laning phase, or has Danny just done it on his own? Because Danny's lane phase was his weakest part of his game last year. And of course, he was a rookie. He only played one split. There's a ton of time for him to improve, and who knows? We'll see. But this is a big question that will be answered and will have a significant impact on whether or not EG is just a top 5 team or a top 2, a top 3, maybe a top 2 team. And the number 3, will Inspired fit in with the team? This is a bit more of a speculation question based off rumors that I've heard. Which really just says that Inspired doesn't really mesh well with this team. His personality is a bit more, I don't want to say ego, narcissistic. I don't think that's the case, and I don't want to slander the guy because he's a really good player. But I've heard that it's not great. The connection isn't great. His personality definitely clashes with a couple other of the members. But if they can get over that, and maybe that rumor is just not true, who knows? Then this team is incredibly good, and that's why it's question number 3. It's kind of a fringe one. I'm not sure how much it will matter. All right, predictions. So I have them going 3rd/4th in Lockin. They'll get knocked out in semis probably. Who knows? Honestly, Lockin is always such a up and down. We don't know what teams will have full rosters and things like that. And then in spring, I have them going 2nd/3rd. I think this team, I think this team could contend for a title depending on how good Liquid is. Throughout the season, depending on how much they improve and how much they get back to the level that I think people expect them to. But I think EG has an incredibly high ceiling, a ridiculously high ceiling.